Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. This time take a look at the 1990 Mazda Savanna RX-7 Infini 3. The second FC RX-7 to take on the course. We had the Cabriolet, that was one of the very first cars to go around. Now we have the mighty Infini 3, whatever that means. Comes with the throwback Castrol livery, which is quite cool. Yeah, RX-7s have done pretty well around here. FD RX-7s, I should say. FCs, well, like I say, the cab was one of the first cars to go around, so we haven't really had a representative lap time from them yet, so hopefully we can rectify that today. These are down on power compared to the FDs though. This one has 397 horsepower, it is of course front engine rear wheel drive, and it has 1070 kilos of weight. That actually makes quite a bit of torque for a rotary, so it could be interesting. Anyways, it is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Toyota Celica Rally Car, which is a time of 27.552. The RX-7 Infini 3, unlikely to beat that. In terms of the cab is sitting in 132nd place with a 31.083. This realistically should be better than that in every single way. The Infini 3, I think, is the quickest of all the FCs. There's the Cabriolet, which, like I say, probably the slowest. We've had this, the Infini 3, and there's also the GTX. And I think the GTX might actually be slower than the Infini 3, maybe, not 100% sure on that. I also think there's one of these in the GT Project A spec mod, but they're race cars and we'll get to them at some point. 30.598 on its first run. Well, yeah, the RX-7s are quick. Yeah, I think actually we've had an RX-7 go under 30 before, the Type RS, so see if it follows in its footsteps. I think the reason these cars are so quick is A, because RX-7s don't accept stage 4 turbos, they accept stage 3 only. That's the limit on the turbos, which, as we've discussed, is probably the best turbo. Obviously everything gets fully upgraded, so we do see the stage 4 crazy nutter things, but if you were building a car for this track you would go stage 3 turbo. So that's good, and that means that the power delivery is nice and smooth on these, which is what you want really for a rear wheel drive car, especially around here. You just want your power delivery to be nice and smooth. In something 4-wheel drive, you know, it's okay to be savagely like beaten over the head with power, even in something sort of mid-engine rear drive that has a good amount of weight behind it, but in these cars that send their propulsion to the rear wheels and have engines in the front, it's all about nice, smooth power delivery. That's why 4-wheel drive cars are always going to be quicker around this course, or unless they're 200 horsepower as you saw with the X4 last time. Yeah. Ooh, and straight into the wall. Okay, well that probably means the 598 is going to be the quickest lap time out of this. I don't know if there's much more to come out of it, to be honest. It is lovely to drive though, very nice, smooth, consistent. Good car. Really good car, actually. I'm excited to drive the GTX now. There's also the previous generation RX-7s. I want to call it the FB, but I don't think that's its actual name. That was still 30.742, even with the clout into the wall. But yeah, we've still got those. It'll be interesting to see how they are. But yeah, that is a good car to drive. That really is just nice, smooth, consistent. Good. In the battle, I'm trying to think now. In terms of cars that you can sort of buy as your first car in the game, this might be the quickest one we've had so far. The quickest used car for under 10 grand, maybe. I don't know. I'm not keeping track of it, but I should. Wow, apparently it could go quicker as well. I have no doubt, to be fair, that might have a 30.4 in it, but yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I think it'd be tight. 30.598 though is still a good lap time, and it will place it into 93rd place. It is a thousandth of a second quicker than the Mazda Roadster B-Spec, quicker than the E36, so similar vintage I guess, quicker than a Ford Mustang GT, quicker than the MR2 GTS. Yeah, I think in terms of Japanese sports cars, the only things that can really truly top the RX-7s are stuff like the GTO, which you see slightly above it, and that's a naturally aspirated one, by the way, just to point out, and also the Skylines for raw savage power. But no, these RX-7s, you shouldn't sleep on these. If you want a rear-wheel drive, nice, easy to drive sports cars, they definitely seem to be a top choice. Anyways, that is it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be driving something completely different, and until then, farewell.